am back in Abu Dhabi Airport, and I'm now going on my next adventure. And the reason I'm so excited about this one is because this is an actual bucket list place for me. I mean, so was Uzbekistan, but yeah, I'm going to Georgia, flying into Kutaisi, and yeah, I couldn't be more excited. I'm going for, I think, the 2 weekends and the 1 week in between. That's 9 days, and yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm having 3 hours sleep, but worth it. So yeah, so excited. I've just landed in Kutaisi, and yeah, look at those mountains. Like, oh my goodness, they're just stunning. I cannot wait. I am going up into the mountains at some point in this next week, so I'm really super excited. And yeah, get into the airport, get my stamp. It's gonna be awesome. So officially in Georgia with my stamp now from the airport, and it's a really new airport, so it hasn't been open that long. And yeah, so there are buses here, but it was full to Kutaisi, so I am going to order Uber, but it's not an Uber. I can't remember what the app's called. Anyway, it's an app. I'm going to order one. I think it's about 30 gel to get into the city. I think it's like 35 with a taxi. I could probably just take a taxi. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do that. I think the exchange rate for me is just like about half and a bit more. So say 30 would be 15 and a bit more. So I'd probably say about 17, 18 Australian dollars for the taxi ride. But yeah, so I'm very excited to go into Kutaisi City and start exploring. So Uber is Bolt. Yeah. And in the Uber I just put in Kutaisi, and so the driver said, where do you want to go? I said, look, just the city. He said, oh, Bagrati, I'll take you to Bagrati. And it was actually a really cool excuse me, trip with the driver, because we were just using like Google Translate to talk to each other, so it was really cool. And he was giving me some tips on where to go and where to eat, and yeah, so, and he thought that this is probably the best place to come in the first instance. So this is Bagrati Cathedral, or Cathedral of the Diminution, or the Kutaisi Cathedral. So it was built in the 11th century. It did suffer some destruction from the Ottoman Empire when they invaded, and unfortunately, like, it was a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but unfortunately when they did the restoration work, UNESCO did take it off the list, which is unfortunate. It is beautiful. I mean, I haven't gone in, but just looking from the outside, you know, and just the stunning medieval Georgian architecture. So yeah, really looking forward to going in and having a look. Visited, I can see why UNESCO have probably taken this off their World Heritage list. Yeah, with the restoration works, they did incorporate quite a modern twist. Now, for me, I actually love the juxtaposition of the old and the new. Like, and on the inside, I really liked it as well. And you know, this place was almost in complete ruin. So to bring it back in such a way that it's, you know, fully restored and it's absolutely stunning, but, you know, to add a little bit of modern flair, I'm all for that. Like, it's just, on the inside, I actually really liked it, and I even like it here on the outside. I know a lot of people won't. Yeah. So not only is there amazing sights this way, looking at Bagrati Cathedral, also when you turn around, and it's just so beautiful, you get an amazing view of the city. So this is just so lovely up here on the hill. Definitely recommend coming here. It doesn't cost anything to come into the cathedral. I don't even know where it doesn't cost anything to come into the cathedral. You can wander around, have a look at some of the artifacts. Some maybe a little bit more interesting, for want of a better word, than others. And yeah, but as my first introduction to Georgia, this is it's magical. It's beautiful. Bridge, and it's one of the many bridges that just cross the river, Rioni River, here in the middle of Kutaisi. So I'm going to cross it, go over into the city. I think I might go to the Bazaar. I don't know. I'm just going to walk around and see what I can find. But there are a series of other bridges as well that I'll probably try and have a look at as well. Through the Bazaar, and it was really cool. Lots of beautiful fresh fruit and vegetables, and just, you know, anything you need is probably going to be there. And what was really cool was they had these wax things, and they were obviously a preserve of some description. I don't know what they were preserving, but something. So anyway, I'm now heading to the National Military Museum, and yeah, it's just a short walk away. Everything seems to be a little bit of a short walk away, you know, 10 minutes here, 2 minutes there. So yeah, the streets are beautiful, weather's amazing, so it's great. Is the National Museum of Military Glory, is what it's called, and it's just a very small museum, you know, slightly bigger than one room, and it has a lot of pictures from past wars, so starting with World War II, when Georgia was still part of Russia. So Georgia did gain independence in 1980. I think the person said inside. Yeah, so there was an attendant inside that did offer to answer any questions, and I asked a couple questions, but not being a military historian, I don't really know what to ask. But anyway, it was really good, and you don't need much time there at all. And for lunch at the Tiflis restaurant. It's just nearby to the museum, which I'm going to next. But I just wanted to have something to eat first because I was very hungry. I didn't have any breakfast, being such an early flight. Now, I did order the kachpuri, which is bread and cheese. And if there's two things I love, it's bread and cheese. So this is huge. It's like bigger than a pizza. And I'm not going to be able to eat even half of this. No. Why am I even trying to use cutlery? So I went for just the Emirati one, which has one cheese, but you can get 2 cheeses and 3 cheeses. It's bread and cheese. It's exactly what it tastes like. But like I said, I love bread and cheese, so I'm a little bit in heaven. So I'll keep eating this. I just want to talk about the cheese for a second though. So I guess I was kind of expecting more of like just a plain old tasty Colby, I don't know, just a standard block cheese. But it tastes more like a soft cheese, I don't know if it's like a blue or if it's just like a brie camembert, I don't know. But it's good. It's good, and especially if you like soft cheeses, it definitely tastes like a soft cheese. I was able to eat half of it. I'm so full. I'm gonna roll my way to the museum. So I'm just about to go to the State History Museum, and yeah, it should be good. Look at these streets, aren't they beautiful? It's just beautiful. Everywhere you look, stunning. Oh, but the only thing is it has cobblestone streets, so make sure you don't do anything. This museum, so I'm in the State National Museum. I always forget the names of these things. Anyway, and I have to say, it's only little. There's 2 rooms. There's this room. There's another little room through there. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the information that's here. So it steps you through each of the periods, and then it goes into more of the cultural stuff into the other room. But still, I guess we can't discount some of these older things as being culturally significant too, though, right? So, but the thing that really got me is, I guess, because I never really looked it up before, but the Bronze Age started 5,000 years ago. So it's hard to imagine that some of these things that I guess, you could probably axes and stuff like that we're still using today. 5,000 years of development, technology. I don't know. We haven't really gone far if it's technology, but so some really cool stuff here. Really not very big, so you don't need a lot of time here, but still some really great information. Famous for its wine, and there's a little some information here about winemaking, and they do say that viticulture is the oldest branch of agriculture. Now, why does that not surprise me that we were making wine before we even decided to develop our farms for food? Anyway, I just thought that was really interesting. And here's the other thing, is the cultural dress. It's really cool, huh? So yeah, some really good things in here. It was 5 lari, which is GEL, which is Georgian lari, to enter. Since I was quite close to the hotel I'm staying at, that I'd just come and check in so I could drop my bag and then head back out again. Nice little room with a private bathroom in a guest house, more of a guest house rather than a traditional hotel. And it costed me 80 lari for the night, so not too bad. And it's right next to the Green Bazaar, so it's really well located, and yeah, it's really neat. It's hopefully the beds are comfy. So this is in Google as the Soviet Sculptures Complex. So there's just a series of sculptures that are in this little park. Yeah, it's a nice little park, especially this time of year where the leaves are starting to yellow and fall off the trees. So I'm going to make my way over that way somewhere. I'm going to go see what I can find. But yeah, the Soviet Sculptures Park has some pretty cool sculptures. Of Mon-Plasir, which is the symbolic entrance to the historic quarter. So someone's website tells me when I Google it. It's a pretty cool arch. It does have some really lovely wall art, or street art. And the other thing is it has, and I haven't tried to translate it yet, but it has this as well. And I just want to say how pretty the children's script is. It is just super pretty. Yeah, I really like it. So this is White Bridge, and probably because it's white. So Chain Bridge had chains, White Bridge is white. So, but what White Bridge does have, it is a pedestrian only bridge, but it has these glass panels that you can look down to the river below. So that's kind of cool. There's this gorgeous park here, and I've noticed there's some cable cars. So I'm thinking about catching a cable car up to the top of that little hill over there. So I think it's going to be wonderful. Cable car now. It's only like a really short ride. It goes across the river, then across the main road, and then up to the hilltop. And my ears just popped. But anyway, here it is. It's very cool. Yeah. Up the top here is an amusement park. So I did buy a ticket for the Ferris wheel, which is over here. Yeah, it looks interesting. So I'll go over there and I'll have a go. It's one of those things, right, where you have that dream where, you know, the Ferris wheel is just going to roll away and roll down the hill and stuff. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll be fun. Now I am going on the Ferris wheel. I'm being very careful not to move in my seat. I don't want it to move around too much. But I love Ferris wheels, and so yeah, thought I'd have a go with this one. Not gonna lie, when it was going up over the top and it switched from one way kind of and then started, you know, moving the other way, and there was a little bit of a clunk. There was a slight moment of panic, but no, it was beautiful. From the view from the top was just absolutely incredible, and unfortunately videos and photos will never do things like this justice. But yeah, super fun and scary all at the same time. But I'm now safely back on the ground, and yeah, it was good. I've now come down the other side from the cable car, and I think I'm going to go try and find another museum. Anyway, we'll see if it's open. Maybe the Botanical Garden. I've really done a heap today, so pretty impressed actually with how much I've gotten done. Now, to go up was 3 gel, and to come back down was 3 gel, and the Ferris wheel was also 3 gel. So it was probably about $5 or $6 for a little bit of fun. I've made my way to the Dmitry Nazarishvili, I think it is, historical museum. So I'm about to go in and have a look what it's all about. I'm not actually sure who Dmitry was, so I'm hoping to learn a little bit more about him when I go in there. And despite Google's best efforts, it's closed, so even though it says it should be open. Alright, so now I'm thinking about heading over to the Botanical Garden. It's meant to be beautiful. I read that there was like a church in a tree. That's intriguing. So yeah, I'll make the hike over there. It won't take me long, and yeah, go explore some more naturey things. I miss nature. I love green. The Botanical Gardens now, and I walked over here from the city. It did take, I don't know how long it took. It was supposed to be about 2 kilometers from where I was, but it could have been that far. But to be honest, I was just really enjoying the sights on the walk, so it didn't feel onerous. It just felt nice to be walking along. There was a little waterfall on the side of the road, so that was also great to get your mind off walking, I guess. But quite good pathways over here, so that was good, and flat, which was excellent. So it cost 5 gel to get in here for tourists, and I like gardens. I don't really know what to do. I mean, you just walk, I guess. But I do like gardens and I like greenery. So I found the church in the tree. How cool is that? So that's a glass door, and behind it has pictures. So it looks reflective. So it looks like, I guess, the gardens is still going through it, but no, that's just a reflection. So can't really see anything. But yeah, that's super cool. I love that someone's done that. Just love it. Heading back now to the city. This is great. They've got all the names of the plants on the trees, right? So if there's something that you like, you can just write it down and then you can try and find it and buy it and plant it. So the gardens have been great, and I've really enjoyed sitting and just soaking up the atmosphere. So having a break, giving my poor feet a break. They're a bit sore and it's only day one. Doesn't bode well for the rest of the week. But yeah, so it's a kilometre back into the city. And yeah, I'm sure I'll find something else to have a look at when I get there. So there's a big relief on the wall over there. It's so beautiful. It was done by Neburids. Anyway, and I'm going to butcher that, but it took the artist 5 years to draw it all out and design it, and then it was installed in 1995. So it depicts the large chain of events in Georgia, so all the way through there to, I think that's the Russian occupation. So it's amazing. And it does have King Ais, I think, and it also has the Golden Fleece featured in it. So Golden Fleece story is pretty important to Georgia. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This soup, I ordered mushroom soup. I have no words for just how good it is. Oh my god, that broth. It's amazing. I've just finished dinner at the Argonauts restaurant. That's just literally, I don't know, 3 doors down from my hotel. That's it there. And I just came here because I'm just so exhausted. I didn't want to walk anywhere. That's what happens when you have to get up before 2 a.m. to catch a flight. Anyway, so the mushroom soup that I got was incredible. The broth, it was just so flavoursome, and it was just full of herbs, and highly recommended. And then I also got the dumpling thing. Let me get the name of it. So it's kinkali, and I had the kalakuri type, which is, so it's mincemeat with parsley in it, and it was delicious. Really, really good. And again, just another highly recommended dish. Now, The only thing with it is that minimum is 5. You have to order 5, which is fine because they're super cheap. They were like 1.3 GL per dumpling, which isn't a lot at all. But they're so filling because the pastry, it's not pastry. What is it? Anyway, yeah, the wheat part of it is quite thick. So I could only eat 3 out of the 5. I feel terrible for leaving food. But yeah, just amazing, delicious. Highly recommend it if you're in the area.